It's episode 16 of my As a Bag of Hammers playthrough of Encased with my beautiful idiot here, dressed as a starfighter pilot. In between missions, I checked the affinity that these two have. Yoko's currently at 25, which would normally have new dialogue. Fox is at 55, which would also suggest new dialogue. But
Research mode suspended. Social mode. Hello, Senpai. I hope you neither lick frozen metal nor swallow random glittering objects. I do my best to maintain your well-being with your particular condition in mind.
Yoko's eyes change color again.
apparently they have nothing to say to me. Perhaps because I don't really have anything interesting to say to them. So we'll move away in a twirling waltz. Fox.
A pair of fiercely glowing eyes is watching you through the slits in the mask.
Well?
So we can either banish her or not banish her. Either way, she also has nothing to say to us. I'm guessing that's just because we are a blithering idiot.
Damn. Where's my cigarettes? Does nobody have any fucking cigarettes? The red man took them away. Yeah, right. It's his doing. The red man took all the cigarettes away.
Is he talking to himself? I think he's talking to himself. Can we enter this room? Oh, we can rob the corpse through the wall. Oh wow, I didn't notice this, but these two apparently had a ton of radiation on them. So it's good we went through that and cleared that up.
Damned elevators keep breaking all the time. Why didn't we bring a rope?
I hope I brought a rope. I have a rope. Excellent.
I'd give anything for a pack of waywards. Howdy.
A fop coated in gray cement dust is rummaging feverishly through the boxes, spreading crumbling yellow files all over the floor. His head jerks up to look in your direction. Yoop, yoop, cigarettes. You have got cigarettes. Wham bam. He's slapping himself on the chest with his open palms. He looks very happy. Well, I'm not sure if he knows I have cigarettes or if he's assuming it, but either way, he is correct. First barter. Nothing worth it. Say you got no cigarettes to spare for a minute. No, we'll give him the cigarettes. He accepts the cigarettes with a gentleness and excitement usually reserved for tiny kittens. Thanks, Auntie. May your boobs grow the biggest in the whole world. You're my sister now. Okay. The fop abruptly stops cheering, his expression turning doubtful and horrified. He approaches the bends close to your ear. You're my nearest now, and the nearest should live long. Beware of the red man. He poisoned everything here. Hide from him. Yoop, 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 yoop. He shakes his head so vigorously, a gray cloud of cement hangs in the air around him. Okay, so he's completely insane, but we will nonetheless watch out for a red man. This is one of the earliest and oldest video surveillance terminals. A raised black and white screen with chrome bezels and outlined supercolor logo. The screen on this video surveillance system is divided into 4 sections, in each of which the frames change slowly and intermittently. What's in the lobby? A couple fops are walking around the dimly lit hallway. One of them is periodically stopping and looking at the camera for a long time, as a feeling that you are watching them. Examine the terminal itself. Up the dining room. The cafeteria is full of people, but even a quick glance is enough to understand that they are all long dead. Skeletons in decaying orange uniforms sit at the tables with their heads thrown back. Main corridor. The corridor is black. You can only distinguish some dark heaps on the floor, apparently dead bodies. Look at the camera image of the prison block. Images from several cameras at once successively replace each other, and yet you manage to notice some kind of faint movement in several cells. Perhaps there's still people living in the maze. In the cells. Okay. And old box, which apparently this guy never looked in to find that there is literally rope right here. Well, so I guess we won't be using our rope.
Damned elevators keep breaking all the time. Why didn't we bring a rope?
The Queen said ropes can't be trusted. They could hang you.
I'm gonna hang you myself now.
But we have no rope.
Oh, that's... that is morbidly hilarious.
What the hell are you doing here?
I should have moved Fox forward. I could actually swap this out for her other weapon to warp up into combat. I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, that'll put the other one right next to Yoko. That is a terrible idea. Instead, I will take advantage of Energize and do that to Yoko. and then just charge up into the battle. By charge, I mean sneak, because I forgot to turn off sneak. I also forgot to turn on... Oh, 78
What
damage.
the hell are you doing here?
Although 78 damage is apparently not a whole ton. Alright, Yoko. Take care of this guy first. Or miss. Now, Eiley, what I forgot to do was put you in fighting stance, which probably would have had a big effect on how much damage those 2 hits just did. Okay, 102 damage, nice. And that's that. Now that's enough to warrant going ahead and dropping some first aid for 254 heal. That's... wow. And you had some cigarettes that you weren't willing to share with your buddy, apparently. Oh, dude!
Do you wear a black uniform? That means you have a lot to be proud of. Every day, Blackwing employees maintain the peace and protect the lives of the Dome's residents. Fellow employee, if you want to be worthy of your great mission, make sure to follow these simple rules. Rule number 1. You must look neat. Stressful tasks and confiscated alcohol are no reason to flaunt regulations. Did you write that down, employee? Rule number 2. Be polite. Leave the cursing for a family dinner. While at work, you represent the corporation. It's high time you start writing this down, employee. Rule number 3. No torture. Just one complaint from a suspect and you will lose your job or bonus. Rule number 4. Be friendly. Stretch your facial muscles and lift the corners of your mouth. That's called a smile. Put on a smile every time you see a law-abiding employee. Rule number 5. Maintain impeccable morals. You can't beat an orange at cards because you won't even try, will you, employee? And rule number 6. No torture under any circumstances. Did we already say that? Practice makes perfect. Thank you for your attention, employee. Follow these rules, and you won't find yourself on the other side of the bars.
Well, I'm glad that that's all been said. We have a broken Vega Drinks vending machine, which is usually just a money dispenser. Yep. Oh, well, isn't this convenient? Tie the rope, rappel down the shaft. Do you think those whispers are supposed to be, like, through the audio system? Or do you think that's supposed to be that my character is actually hallucinating to some degree? Let's find out. Oh, isn't this nice? Everyone's getting along. So we have 2 directions to go. And while I'm sure we can take on a turret just fine, I think I will try the long way around first, just to see if there's... well, just in case I don't do any better than these guys. Now, I am pretty sure that anything steam related kills you instantly, so we'll not try that. I'm glad I checked. Are you gonna attack me on sight? Devin Santino. A prisoner with matted, messy hair sways in his chair with a detached look. 2 eyes with luminous rings on the iris shine through the matted strands falling on the face. So that would be Maelstrom sickness. Examine him carefully. He's holding an empty food can, apparently opened with nothing but fingers. Ouch. Most of the contents of the jar are smeared on his overalls, the rest rotting inside the can itself, exuding an intolerable stench. Okay, well, I'm looking at him and thinking, if he's not useful, I kind of want the XP, but I probably shouldn't just be going around murdering people for, for the sake of it. Yet. Maybe on the way out. Let me guess. Mopping up blood? A dirty man covered from head to toe with filth, and for some reason, ketchup, looks up at you. White rings glow in his eyes. I washed the floor with an antiseptic, but they still got it in here. See for yourself. They built a whole network everywhere. Here, under the tiles, and the ventilation, and even under my skin. Here, look. The madman opens his jumpsuit. The skin on his chest has been cut. Taking a deep breath, he picks up the rag again. They warned me about the bugs. Well, Terry Bates from Nashville. You know him. We'll go ahead and check the broken toilets, which seems to be the only type of toilet there is to be had around here. Oh! Okay, how about you? I probably should have not... Oh, god damn, what have you done in there? So, hi? A haggard man sitting on the toilet raises his head and looks at you with white glowing eyes. Haggle? Oh, what have we here? On a guy in front of a toilet. What does this shoot? Rifle cartridges. That could be interesting. This would be for Yoko, by the way. Oh! I suppose he didn't like the fact I was looting his buddy? Well, I wanted the machine gun anyway. I want... Oh, distracted? Oh, because she's standing next to that. Okay, I buy that. Well, he doesn't have a weapon, but he's right next to her, so go ahead and slash him up real good.
Oh!
And now's when you get destroyed.
There are traces and fractals. Traces and fractals.
Oh. Hi to you too, I guess? Looks like I'm getting that XP after all. I would really like to get my hands on a better blade. Let me see. 2 AP just to move there. I think I'm gonna need to though.
Ow!
And Yoko, go ahead and with your not reloaded gun, finish this fight off for us.
Traces and fractals. Traces and fractals.
40 damage. Well, looks like I get back all the stuff I traded to that guy. So this heavy machine gun that I picked up for Yoko is very similar to the Asp that she had before, which is the flamethrower. It does mechanical damage, but very similar damage. I don't have any rifle bullets on me. I'd love to try it out, but well, I might have like 1 or 2. No, I just have some assault rifle ammo. So she'll stay with the flamethrower for now, but I would love to try out that machine gun. So it appears that the enemies here are leveled to me. I don't know if that's the case, that it's just the dungeon is supposed to be a higher level, or if it's actually matching my level in the way that, say, Fallout 4, or I guess all the Fallouts match your level the first time you enter an area. How much time do we have left on wrestling stance? So we'll go ahead and put wrestling stance back on. Can I not? Oh, I can't refresh it. I have to wait till it wears off, which is 8 seconds. Okay, but I definitely don't want it wearing off when I'm fighting a guy in a servo shell. I don't know if Golem is his name or just what they call that type of enemy, but either way, go ahead, drop fighting stance back on. Now, do I just attack this guy, or you know what? Let's see if there's a conversation to be had. Okay, so the combat circle's still there. I am gonna try to chat. No, I don't even have a chat option. I probably shouldn't have stood up. So what I'll do is take a step back out of his line of sight, go back into stealth, walk back in, and since I won't be able to get an assassin strike on him, I'll just break out my basic billy club thing, give him a whack, give him another whack. Give him another whack. What do we have? Ooh, a dead CPS. That's... I don't remember what that's for, but I think there's several upgrades that I've been doing that require those. Security keycard. and a high-capacity power cell which turns into ammunition for Yoko's gun. A level 9 grenade launcher, you say? That's actually not much in the way of damage. We'll take it. Let's compare it to the one, because I think I have, okay, 16 to 22. Does it show a different number if we're on Yoko? What is so special about these? Why do they do so little damage? We'll keep it and sell the level 6. I mean, why not? Ooh, ooh, that's nice. Well, this is just directly better than Eileen's. It opens up an extra relic slot, but I don't actually have an extra relic other than the church implant, which actually puts this, well, I'll show you what this does. The reason I don't just leave this on is it leaves this big purple bubble, which is actually a pretty cool effect, but it never goes away as long as I'm wearing that relic, and it'll get old pretty quick. So let's go ahead and leave this on for now, and when I find a decent relic to take up that spot, I will put it there. So that extra little bit of experience from killing that golem guy has done is knock me over into the next level, and this one I've been looking forward to for a bit. So I've gone and put 30 points into medicine. What that's going to do is make first aid and stims use less AP. It's also going to give me obsessive care, which is going to ruin, well, not ruin, but lower my reputation with my companions ever so slightly, but give them maximum health and some fortitude, because your excessive concern for the health of your companions is paying off, but gets on their nerves. But here's the really cool one. It's another as a bag of hammers trait, ambulance. Movement speed plus 0.7. That is huge. As soon as someone gets sick, you immediately turn into an ambulance and rush to the patient with a siren and flashing light. Of course, this only happens in your head, but it really makes you run faster. So, this isn't just when they're injured. This is a full-time passive ability. Movement speed of 1.8 becomes 2.5. What I'm also going to do is raise contraption by 5 points to 80. To 80. There we go, to 80. And the reason I am going to do that is I'm also going to take the optimizer perk for some extra encumbrance, but 40 points in contraptions, which is also huge. So let's go back to contraptions and see what that does. We have a relic dust ability to give well, not a random, but a chosen companion AP plus 8, which is interesting. I should actually carry some relic dust just in case, because that could get me out of a jam. I can build the Devil's Core, which I've never done before. It's probably a gigantic grenade. All targets in a circular area receive fatigue and suffer fear for one. That's interesting. But this is the one I was really interested in. Mechanical damage plus 15%. Now that's normally for guns, but my batons are mechanical damage. I imagine I can get bladed weapons with mechanical damage as well, so I just increase the damage of my higher damage weapon by 15%. I am going to go ahead and stock these 4 skill points for later. I imagine whatever I'm going to use next or use points on next will be a long time from now. What I do need to do is keep an eye open for a bed. Oh, looks like there's 2 beds over there. I could use my caffeine thingamajigs to lower my fatigue, but it would be much, much easier is just to use a bed. What do we have in these relic storages? Something good? Defense class 1, evasion -1? That's maybe. And speaking of which, some relic dust. Now, let's actually take a look. What is our evasion? Evasion of 24, defense class of 7. Let's go ahead and make use of that. Oh, nothing like a pile of ooh. Okay, so before I can sleep in that bed, loud snoring from a necroid, I am going to loot this room, and then, well, oh, what do we have? Critical hit chance, you say? Contraptions and melee weapons, you say? Awesome, you say? Thank you for the awesome new gloves. Let's see, what is Fox using as her gloves? Melee, plus 5, contraptions. Okay, Well, that's an improvement for both. Yeah, as long as he's sleeping. You get yourself comfortable, ready for a good night's rest. But first you need to change your position. One more time. You rearrange your blanket and pillow. Well, we don't have either of those. You flip over and swap your head for your feet. No matter how much you struggle, you can't get to sleep. You experience the real-life nightmare of every person who needs to rest and gather their strength, a hard and uncomfortable bed. This is an invention of dark forces, if you believe in dark forces, the fruit of labor of especially sophisticated villains who hate all mankind. This is a place where sleeping is impossible. Sometime around morning, you realize you haven't had even a minute's rest. Your whole body hurts, every muscle is aching. Your head is foggy and pulses with a dull pain. Feels like the whole world hates you. Well, we'll try again. What do we have in this terminal, just in case it gives us some insight to this necroid here? On the table, among the dusty papers and test tubes with dried preparations, there is an old but rather clean computer, apparently a workstation of a lab employee. You enter the command and open the main menu. Main menu user page, good day employee, enter the command and open the desired menu item. Tests. Analysis results are stored in a special highly specialized program, not just a regular highly specialized program, with a complex and incomprehensible interface. The only alarming thing is that so many table rows are marked with an ominous red color. Enter menu, mail. An exemplary order reigns in the mailbox. Letters are sorted into directories with a password. But there is one unread letter in the inbox. Where were you, Sandra? Bohemsky said that he was ready to give an official conclusion. Purely psychiatrically, all patients are healthy, and their testimony about the so-called Red Man are consistent and do not look like the result of collusion. In particular, when describing the appearance of the Red Man, they all point to the external signs of Marfan's syndrome. Such knowledge is not easy to falsify. Sandra, I think it's time for you to give me an answer. Well, let's wake this guy up. Oh, I should have gone into stealth. Alright. Okay, I was worried that that actually wasn't going to damage him. And go ahead and save the turn. So, flame should work on this guy. Let's hit him with the flamethrower. For 65. It's not great. And now Eiley, walk up next to the guy. Fighting stance. And commence whacking. 1600 XP. And he had nothing on him. Let's actually go into stealth before I get closer to this turret, which looks like it's destroyed. Has some energy cells on. Yeah, it looks like it's destroyed. Prison back door. Well, oh, valve. Let's start by turning that. Okay, so that is going to be our exit. And let's have a look at this prison terminal. Access denied. Does that mean I can jam a disk in the thing? That brings my hacking to 75 out of 100. Let's see about this auto hacker. 100 out of 100. The text on the faded screen is almost invisible. Looking closely, you realize that this terminal controls the blocking of the prison doors. Let's log out for the moment. Hopefully that doesn't relock the terminal. No, okay, it doesn't. What I'll want to do... It's a pretty safe assumption that when these doors open up, something's gonna come out of them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put it behind a 100 science lock. First, Fox has to move up. And unfortunately, Eiley can't move up because she's the one that's going to hit the button. Yoko, let's have you... here? Yeah, here should be good. Let's leave all three of these. These three are still in stealth. Okay, let's go ahead and unlock the doors. What did that do? Oh, I kind of figured it would open all the doors, but I guess, yeah, it just unlocked them. So let's slowly move up cell by cell. We'll leave Yoko behind and sort of leapfrog with Eiley and Fox. Well, I was certainly expecting a lot more from a bunch of open cell doors, but this turret is definitely still active. So let's get Fox and Eiley just a bit closer. Well, I mean, all the way closer. Now, I'm guessing the range on this thing is going to be pretty extreme, but probably not as extreme as Yoko's range. Okay, so there's Yoko's range. Let's move Yoko back this far. Well, as far as the turret goes, I think really the answer is brute force. So I'm going to put Eiley in fighting stance, and because we can, we'll put Yoko in kneeling position. And Eiley, just give it a whack. No, don't scan it. Give it a whack. Or don't. How about Assassin Strike? Perhaps I have to wait until it notices me. I'll go ahead and search all of these guys. Oh, there we go. Alright. Fox, are we gonna... I bet biochemical damage will do just fine. Fox, just get up right next to it. We're gonna commence the whacking with sticks. 113 damage. Are you gonna kill this thing in one? You are going to kill this thing in one turn. Way to go, Fox. Put an awful lot of thought into that. An awful lot of unnecessary thought, apparently. These guys were loaded with ammunition. Requires muscle of 8. That is not a problem for me. And apparently we've been torturing an Orange Wing employee despite being told twice in one PSA not to do that. And rather than wait for it, let's just stand up. Figured that would do it.
Violator.
So while the enemies here have leveled with me, it doesn't seem like the turrets have leveled with me. Those dropped pretty easy. Picked up some new boots here. They're pretty darn good. I don't know who's gonna get them, but someone is. Probably not Eiley. Okay, probably Eiley. Looks like... yeah, Eiley will get these, which means that Fox can get these, which are evasion plus shoes. And evasion's her thing. These are actually better for Eiley. So let's go ahead and put those on Eiley. So that means, are these better for Yoko? They are. Okay, so it's Yoko's boots that wind up getting the can. So we have one last office here to search. Here's hoping that... oh, okay. Search after we fist a door open. Hopefully this guy in here is the guy that Queen Victoria has sent us to find. Obviously, the head of the prison was a heavy smoker. The yellow plastic of the keyboard smells of tobacco. The terminal responds to your touch by displaying the main menu. Good day, employee. Enter the command to open the desired menu item. Journal. From the first lines, it becomes appear that the owner of this terminal used the journal not for accounting purposes, but for personal records. Files are not dated in any way, and their names are made of a jumble of symbols. Open a random file. Text is displayed on the screen. We talked with Dewey about whether two people might think something exactly the same. We agreed that there is such a chance. I suddenly saw that the red man was standing behind him, and decided not to show it. And then Dewey got up from the seat, turned around, shuddered, and said, "He's here." Another file. The terminal displays a line on the screen. I suddenly started to like the smell of pipe cleaner, and its color. An absolutely beautiful substance. Another one. The red man says acid tickles the skin. Obsessive thoughts of pouring something from the laboratory onto my hand. Today I spoke very carefully with Constantine about RM. I presented everything as a dream, as in, I began to dream of someone who looked like a huge commie with a very shifty face. When I described his hands, Constantine looked at me very strangely, as if he had caught me in some kind of a lie. But he said nothing. We talked with Dewey about... okay, so we're repeating. Turret protocol? Oh, well, that's not helpful. This guy's just watching as I ransack everything around him. How about this TV set? Does that work? Let's take a look at these remains in the bathtub before we talk to... oh, Sherlock. That sounds familiar. Another maze key card. With all that necessary stuff done, Sherlock. You see a delicate-looking fellow in an impeccably clean silver wing suit jacket. His eyes are absolutely insane, though. There's no doubt he's a fop.
Glad to meet you.
The stranger breaks into a smile and jumps to offer you his scrawny hand. Greetings, detective. My regards. I am Sherlock. Ass, Dick. Sorry, that's my damn Tourette's acting up again. My observations have led me to realize that those who look smarter are in truth absolute dunces. Thus I've come to the conclusion that you, detective, are most likely a person of exceptional intellect. Pleased to meet you. He shakes your hand vigorously. Gather your great mind and reply seriously that you're looking for the first settlers camp. Oh, well, that was easy. He spreads his arms in admiration. You are indeed an important person doing important work. Now my respect for you has grown even deeper. Boobs, 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 oh dear. The camp is a miserable little place. I don't know why it's important to you, the fop frankly informs you, reaching into his backpack. He rummages through his backpack and removes a toilet paper roll. It's covered in spidery writing. He unrolls the note and pins it down with one finger. Here are the coordinates if you need them. Write this down. Cock. Ka-ha-ha. Boobs. Sorry. Don't write that down, please. We'll get you out of the maze if you like. Your counterpart doffs an invisible hat and bows low. I sincerely believe that a great intellect like yours knows the right moment to leave a crime scene. Cock. Ass. I admit I'm rather tired of this filthy prison myself. Let's go. Button up your imaginary trench coat, pop the collar, and move away.
See ya.
You coming with me? Presumably you're coming with me. Oh, he is. How about that? Why is he distracting looks? I thought he was supposed to be impeccable. Well, either way, it looks like he is a full-time companion? Temporary companion? I wonder if I can, like, steal stuff from him. I will let him keep his level 1 gun.
And I was starting to get bored.
Sherlock freezes, staring at a streak of light visible through the hermetic doors. I do not doubt your decision, detective, yet I prefer to wait here for now. I'm no longer used to being among people. Boobs, boobs. Remark that the world wallows in corruption and anarchy. Then leave. Also, boobs, boobs, boobs. Oh my. Gregory shoulders his rifle, aiming at you. Now, Houdini, keep your hands where I can see him. No one leaves this place without the warden. You've got his key card. And where is he himself? He politely gave it to me. He examines you carefully. What's actually going on in there? What happened to that face of yours? What do you mean, what happened to my face? Dance in fear. There's this, well, whatever that is. Corpse lying in acid in the bathroom. Spooky. Oh, yeah, that guy. The phalanxman clenches his teeth and shakes his head. An hour ago, that dead body in acid contacted the HQ. I won't even bother to investigate. I'll just kill you right... Uh-oh. I really don't want to... Am I going to wind up fighting everyone here? I hope not. I'm going to see if I can take this guy down without killing him. I'm guessing that my sword doesn't have a stun setting. Let's disarm her. No, don't put on a hammer. Hammer's the not exactly what I'm going for here. Punch? No, that's mechanical damage. How about sleeping spray? What don't you like about the sleeping spray? How about the pepper spray? How about the taser? How about you just stand there and wait? Oh, god damn it. What other weapons does Yoko's weapon have a stun setting? Does the grenade launcher have a stun setting? Oh, I bet this does. Okay. Dart gun. Weaving dart. Biochemical, biochemical. Okay, Yoko, run away. Yoko, you just go ahead and keep running away. Now, Eiley gets to run all the way back. So, it might be that this is a contraption skill. Let's see about using a taser on this guy. Knocked out. Is that? I think I will just walk away. as long as he's knocked out. I'm not just gonna kill this guy. He's pissed off that his superior officer was killed, and he's overreacting, or maybe not. But I see no reason to actually kill the guy, so I'm not going to. Well, having used the incredibly sophisticated tactic of running away, we are back in Ursula. There is one thing I would like to do at the FOPS camp, and it is not talk to the Queen, because going through that whole censoring her friend is so much more work than I thought it was going to be. You'd think that just moving that little bouncing sweater icon that I found over her friend would be a relatively easy way to censor, but man, that took so much longer in editing than I thought it would, so I'm going to be very particular about my angle here so that I don't have to go through it again. But what I am looking for is right over here, and you know what? I should have left my companions at the entrance, so I'm going to go ahead and move them first. Weapons display case. 166 out of 180. I should be able to do that with just a lockpick. Face-shaped relic. A thin, matte plate, velvety to the touch. The shape and relief make it look like a strange mask. If you tilt it at a certain angle, the shadow on it will fold in the image of a woman's face, although it may well be simply your imagination. Now, not all of these will actually state what they do. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on and see what happens. Apparently nothing. But I have it now for all the who knows what that it does. So back at Ursula, I noticed I picked up a new magazine, the Scientifically Accurate Murder Study Guide for High-Tech Weapons Plus 15, which I don't need, but I will use. Or maybe I already used it? Oh, I guess I already used that one. But have all my inventory sorted. Let's get back on the road. So next up on our trek around the dome will be the Phalanx base. Through the dusty windshield, you see a man walking slowly along the road. His appearance is rather unusual. The man is wearing an old-fashioned Cronus uniform that looks surprisingly fresh and new. Hearing an approaching engine noise, he stops and turns around looking at your car. He looks a bit lost. Run him over? I mean, I really want to click no. Lonely Traveler's Camp. We saw this from the road? How are we going to run this guy over? Well, Victor Bowman.
Oh, hello there.
The stranger studies you suspiciously. His hand slides across his belt, feeling for the holster. Okay. You, stay where you are. Hands where I can see them. Victor Bowman, Air's Task Force. Who are you? Where is everyone? Answer me. Let's demonstrate our physical fitness by falling to the ground and doing some push-ups. He looks at you in puzzlement. I don't know what's wrong with you, but stop screwing around and answer my questions. Where is everyone? Why can't I see the spire? Why is the radio silent? Yeah, bit of that going around. He grabs his head and screams. His figure shudders, jumps a few feet away from you, then snaps back to his original position. Finally, he disappears without making a sound. Say, whoa, and make a helpless gesture. The desert landscape sprawling outside the car window is extremely monotonous, so you immediately notice a stick with a tin can on top on the side of the road. Since the incident, traveling merchants started to play an important role in the life of the dome. They created a system of trading posts and caravan routes and came up with their own sign that even the humblest of fops could understand. A stick topped with a tin can indicate that a merchant has set up camp nearby. We're not going to knock it down. We'd absolutely use a merchant. You pull over to the side of the road, nearly knocking down the trading post symbol. After stopping the engine, you get out of the car and start looking around carefully. People in cloaks dead ahead. Approach. We'll go ahead and grab everything from our conveniently placed personal box for extreme encumbrance. And it looks like today we have members of the church. Tell me you got something good. This guy is definitely an oddball. His head is all but hidden by a massive... I think we've met this guy before. Oh, melee weapon. That's blunt. Does that do more damage than my current weapon? 29 to 30. 44 to 50, although it looks like it's slower. How is that a blunt weapon? That certainly doesn't look blunt. While shopping, I noticed one of my books was a Tech plus 15, which I'm guessing I have. Sherlock's Diary is a toilet paper roll. Here it is. Have I already used this? Oh, I hadn't. An extra 15 points in tech is probably not actually useful, but I'll take it
Welcome back.
and then sell it. So this is the Phalanx base here. If you recall, Dawn from the Phalanx helped us find one of the items for Act 1, and these guys are one of the main factions in their game. This is their home. And there is an awful lot to cover here, so I am going to take that on in the next episode, and I will see you then.